Attempt at a Normal Hack by FT029. I suspect this intro would be funny to watch if I wanted to watch it, but I don't today. I'll watch it later. Should sleep, but alas, I understand the feeling. Question. Why is this an attempt at a normal hack when it's labeled as hard on SMW Central? Hence, LR buttons are disabled. Okay, does that really answer my question? I don't think it did. Let's go to the mysterious house. Perhaps I saw that, Yoshi. Hey, Baba is you music. Huh. This is weird. Turn that down just a bit. Okay. Hold jump to get across one-tile gaps and such. You can spin jump on many enemies and not get hurt. A means spin jump, B means just jump. Hold down to swim lower, hold up to swim higher. Mario can't stand on the rails, but sprites glide upon them. I see. I mean, I guess this is kind of important if some random person picks this up and is not familiar with certain types of conventions that are now very standard. Also, given the age of this hack. No. Thought I hit like an invisible wall or something. There go the sprites. Cool. Do I actually see? Mostly. I see some things. Just a side exit. That Yoshi being there bugs me, and I suspect that there's some sort of secret that comes in later, but there's nothing I can do about it yet. I'm just gonna put a marker down in case it matters, but I doubt that that's a marker that's actually gonna go anywhere. Let's go to BANZAI Beach. Definitely has a little bit of 105 feel, but I suck at slopes. That's the end of that statement. I suck at slopes. It's been a couple weeks since I've played Mario World. You know, I've been on the East Coast for a while. Baba Is You is good, but it's not a game that really requires anything resembling platforming reflexes. But let's at least take a little bit of time, refamiliarize ourselves with the conventions of the genre. And hop on a platform that goes place. Hey, I found a 1-up! Also, notice we start at 15 lives or something, which is a little bit odd. Maybe it was 14, because I did get that 1-up at the very beginning of the secret house. Well, I got the midway. Oh. That one got me. Wasn't one of my smarter moves there. Okay. See, somehow my Kaizo instincts just activated there, and we're like, you know what? If you want to survive, you're probably going to need to be on the top platform. No! Okay. Multiple mistakes were made there. Multiple mistakes were made there. Coins, of course, do not save. This is a mostly normal hack. So I was really close to not messing that up, and then I messed it up. I do like how the mushroom is there in case you mess it up, so you don't become small regardless. It's a cute gimmick. It's a cute trick. Feels a bit trolly, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Okay. Kind of feel like the hiding an object like that underneath the bullet bill is very much a Mario Maker style thing. It's like a very troll level thing to do. Not complaining, it just feels like a troll level thing to do. And 40's not bad for a start, but I'm gonna go back and do the dragon coins because I screwed that up. So close too. Moleskine Journal. Also, it saves. I just noticed that my lives went back to... No, I died once, so of course it'd be back to 15. Okay. This makes sense. I do love trying to get all of the power-ups you can get. Okay, that's a mushroom always. Interesting. I did notice that it has a slight difference in its spawning, or how it spawns. I don't know what's the right way to phrase it. But I can tell that it's a custom block because it looks like a face block when you hit it, even though that's not how it usually works in standard SMW. Anyways, we'll get that one again. It was fun to have. Okay, not getting that, because we're just in it for the coins. If I do screw it up, it's not a big deal. This is why you always spin jump on those. They can't bite you later. Turtles can bite pretty well, actually. And that's why the snapping turtle is the snapping turtle. Because it bites you. There we go. Do a quick check. I doubt that this has this problem, but it's one of those I'd rather know than be surprised later. Yeah, okay. It's definitely... Well, prefer being... Why'd I die? I could have started selected. Whatever. It's fine. This is fine. Alright, Moleskine. How many exits does this have? 40. Well, we verified that high-jumping Koopas still kill you. That feels like an important thing to verify. There's 40 exits in this. I might be at this for a little bit. Yeah, I saw this in the queue, and I'm like, you know what? This looks fun. Then I looked at the list of submitted stuff that the author of this hack has done and realized that I'd actually played one of his hacks before. The I made this hack in 2 hours hack. Called I made this hack in 2 hours. Which is actually a pretty decent hack, all things considered. I think it was made under the influence of Twitch chat as well. It can always be a bit of an iffy thing. I think Twitch chat like chose the themes of levels, like it should be a water level and it should have auto-scrolling or whatever. They played it for Mystery Monday a million years ago, and I played it at the time, and it was fun. I need the shell to do the thing. That's not the thing I meant to do. Yeah. Dang, floating moles. Darn regular moles. Alright, well, anyway, let's do this obstacle the way it's intended. Rather than taking the cheaty path. I think I may want to get up here? I feel like this is like a place to hide a good secret, but I guess it isn't. It's just a place to have moles. That was cute. There we go. This Pokey is going to make things tricky. It doesn't even matter. I'm not saving any time by dying this way. What's up, False Circus? Good luck for your attempt of moderating a normal hack. Thanks for the good luck. Alright, good. Midway still works. Because actually I haven't tested that Midway yet, but Midway does indeed work, and that's an important thing to do. It doesn't come up as often as you'd think, but when it does break, it's really bad. It was one hack. What was that hack called? Where I found a break in the castle level, like the last level of the hack, and what it ended up doing was making it so that if you spawned at the Midway, it would drop you into lava because there was a sprite. Another 40. I'm doing good on that front. Because there was a sprite platform that didn't spawn correctly from the Midway. Not sure why it didn't, but in general, you should be careful with those sorts of things. I guess I should message him. He did message me. Let's just do that. Ow. Yep. Cool. BOB-OMB Mountains. Alright, I get the feeling we're getting out of the levels that are clearly edited out of Yoshi's Island part now. Now I'm living in terror of explosions. This isn't an improvement. Probably is an improvement. It's interesting, really. They're quite literally time bombs, and I can do nothing about them other than wait them out. What if that's a spawner causing those? I got incredibly lucky with regards to how that worked out. The interesting thing is you can kind of predict when they're going to explode by the X position of the screen. I was going to use that. Am I going to have a chance? Nope. No bomb close enough. Either way, I suspect that's the midway. There's something cool up there. I'm not going to find out now. Taking this with me. Alright, well that's a minor issue. This is another one I haven't checked in a while, is like, make sure that your blocks, your sprites remain consistent between areas. But usually only matters if someone can really bring the sprite with them. And it doesn't happen all that often, aside from like Buzzy Beetles. Alright, well, that was a shortish level. Convenient. I mean, I'm not going to reject for that. It goes into my list of things to do, but I'm certainly not going to reject for it. Alright, let's get the second exit. I always like getting the second exit at the same time. Real question is, when should I try to, like, bomb shop? Oh, that wasn't smart. Oh, that wasn't smart. Yeah! So I can go on autopilot a little bit and talk about what's happening recently. Planning to get started on... Well, I was planning on getting started on Baldur's Gate, like, this week, but that's not happening now because it didn't come in the mail. Pretty straightforward answer. I purchased a copy of it on Amazon, and basically they messaged me saying, we didn't actually have a copy. Sorry. Which, you know, honestly, not like the worst way to go, and I appreciate their honesty, but at the same time, I didn't notice until basically yesterday. So, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, midway. Interesting. What? Okay, the gimmick of this level is... Oh, I see it. It's probably not implemented with screen wrap, though. That's really cute. Like, I think this is a fairly vanilla-ish hack, like some Map 16 shenanigans, but not a lot of custom ASM. So my guess is there are, in fact, two sets of bubbles. One I can see, one I can't. So he comes down, and I get that. It's pretty cool. Hey, this is snazzy. I dig this. I feel I've seen this gimmick a few times before, but it's not a bad one. I mean, the only limit here really is the how many sprites you can get on the level, which is a little bit of a problem. I think bubble sprites also are pretty laggy in terms of vanilla sprites that are kind of laggy. There we go. Well, for being so many exits, at least some of them are pretty quick. Blind jumps. Really the question is, which way do I want to go? I feel like that was the intended exit. Blind jumps. Ah. It's a gimmick I understand. Okay. And then I scroll up so I wouldn't have been able to see it, but then I saw it, so it didn't matter. It's going to be very observational. Either way, I know that that's there because I saw it earlier. Downrider's hopping is a mechanic you don't see too often. Ah, nope. You're not going to get me. You know what I appreciate? This level has no dragon coins. One of my favorite things with moderating is hacks that don't have consistent dragon coins. Oh, I didn't... Eh, I got lucky. With my blind jump. I mean, in general, I'd be a little bit miffed about the blind jumps, except that's literally what the level's called, and it's just a matter of doing simple observation. I guess I didn't finish the thought about Baldur's Gate. I did order another copy. It's already been shipped, which is nice, so I do know it's coming. And it is supposed to arrive on Monday, so... Not gonna lose too much time there, and I might, like, try to do one of Fiskbit's requests in the meantime. Knew it. People just can't... Oh, wait, no, I need to die! I forgot! I got the midway. Huh. Just jump where the platforms are? Yeah, simple. Good Korean advice. So that's coming. I really just want it for the manual. That game has a ridiculous manual. I shouldn't have done that. I looked it up because I wanted to read part of it. Because, like, it's the kind of game where you do need to read the manual because there's an awful lot of stuff going on. It's D&D 3.5. Or possibly 2. I think 2 had Thaco. This one has Thaco. No one liked Thaco. And so I wanted to read it so I could understand what's going on, and then I actually look at it and I realized, oh no, this isn't just a guide to like how the classes work. This also has all of the spells and their effects and numbers. And honestly, I do not want to spend a lot of time consulting a PDF on a computer when I could use a spiral-bound manual. And since I can, I'm going to. Want my mushroom back. 28, not great. Not to mention having the CDs would be useful. I'm still not certain how well Demon Tools is going to play with Baldur's Gate, because you do have to switch the discs a lot, it seems. Oh, a good old vanilla bonus game. Dang it. Thanks for the GG. But yeah, I also didn't want to have to burn like 6 CDs worth of Baldur's Gate, so this just saves me some time and effort. Off we go. I like the shadow down there. That's a nice touch. My machinations lie. Lay? What's up, FT? How you doing? FT029. The creator of this hack. Thank you for the good luck. I've been enjoying it so far. Booster's Tower music. Booster's Tower is such a classy place. Also, this gimmick is... Oh, I get it now, machinations. Yeah, Smort. I don't think I've ever seen them be stuck inside a wall before. I didn't know this is a thing that you could do. Yeah, Booster is great. When I played through the remake, I decided... I vaguely tried to do voice acting. I'm not a voice actor by any means, but I vaguely tried. And I decided Booster should be an elegant gentleman. Because I thought it would be funny. That's not how you do that part. Just always did his readings slow and measured. Yes, I decided it, and it was so, for my one playthrough. Well, because if you actually read his lines, there's nothing in there that's actually all that bad beyond his vague ignorance of things. Like, he's not an idiot. I mean, he's an idiot, but he's not a malicious idiot. He's just ignorant. I guess I did need that. Doing well, weather's nice. Oh, nice. Worst part is you can see it. Oh, dang. You know, I even thought I'm not going to make that timing. What if I need that? I think I can get this without that. Thank goodness for spin jumps. Okay, clearly indication is I need to be on this side of him. On that, on this side, that. Cute. Nice. I like that. Also, I noticed dragon coins again. You know, I could have just saved the trouble by walking through that. Interesting. He is as a bookstore street imbecile is canonically really smart, given how fast he can build trains. Yeah, that's true. He does demonstrate actual aptitude in the areas, some areas that matter. Okay. I want to trap them. That's what I want to do there. I understand now. Is Booster the one with the giant beard mustache? Yes. He also wears a funny hat. That's what the game wants me to do. Sure hope I'm not late. But yeah, if you've never played a Mario RPG, I highly recommend it. It's not a long RPG. Like, Final Fantasy VII is like a 60-hour RPG if you do most of the things. See, the fun thing is I knew that trick and still died. Mario RPG, even if you don't know what you're doing, the game is pretty linear, fairly handholdy, not terribly difficult. I'm not really selling it here, am I? But it's really good. But it's relatively short because it's not that long. It doesn't overstay its welcome, which is nice. I still like that one? Yes, I can. Oh, I think what that was indicating is I need to go the other way. I need to bounce on here. I need to jump onto the plant, or onto the flatness. Did get a little wall clip there, which is a little bit awkward for a level like this, but not bad. Yeah, okay, I see why I need that. We're gonna have to come back for Dragon Coins anyway, so we'll just try to beat the level this time. I need to kill it. Assume that's... Oh. That isn't the interaction I was expecting, and I'd say I probably should have held on to that, but no, it didn't matter. It's an interesting interaction. 40 hours? I think it's much less, honestly. But, you know, it's been years since I first played it. Like I said, like, you don't really need to grind. It has a fairly low level cap. And none of the bosses are terribly difficult as long as you play around with your options. They're mostly puzzle bosses in some ways. Keep hearing music Mario RPG, but I haven't played it. That was the intended interaction. That makes sense. No, just like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that. I thought I'd have to race or something to actually get it. But that was easier than I expected. But yeah, Mario RPG has good music and is a good game to play. There's an awful lot of Mario music from Mario hacks I've heard, and I often wonder if the games are any good. Like Last Bible 2, there's that one track from Last Bible 2 that everybody uses. I have no idea if Last Bible 2 is remotely good. Or, yeah, I think it's Last Bible 2. It's also such a weird name, Last Bible 2. It's clearly not the last one. Just like it's not the final Fantasy. I guess I should also explain, I'm going back to get all the Dragon Coins all at once, because that's what I do when moderating. You know, sometimes you get really lucky with your leaps of... Sometimes you just screw up. Yeah, it worked out. This is the worst Booster's Tower theme. I mean, it's only used for a couple of rooms. Last Bible, also known as Megami Tensei, which sounds really cooler. Yeah. I mean, I think it's part of the Megami Tensei series, but it's like there's a million spin-offs for that. You got Persona, you've got the Devil Kids stuff. Like that whole series is humongous and sprawly. I've played a little bit of one of them, and it's, you know, the classic 2D dungeon crawler style, which honestly isn't my favorite thing of all time. I know, like, Desi loves them. But I haven't played one in any serious amount since I played, like, a chunk of one of Moraph Worlds back in the day. Maybe one of these days I'll play Moraph's World on stream. I kinda doubt it, though. Just don't care much for that style. Not to mention, like, if I had to play it without patches, like, I want to say there's, like, a mapping spell in the Super Nintendo version that you need to use so you don't get confused by the constantly the same set of backgrounds. Because, like, it's a 2D dungeon crawler. The way those things usually work is 90% of the game looks the same. And so you're constantly wondering, have I been here before? It sure looks like the wall I just saw 5 minutes ago. Kind of forgivable on old consoles because you couldn't actually do the rendering in real time. It just didn't work out well enough, didn't have enough time to really scan. But honestly, like, on the Apple II, they kind of got away with it, that you'd have to wait for the drawing to finish. I'd argue the Apple II has superior graphic... I'd argue that the Super Nintendo has superior graphic capabilities to the Apple II. And I'd hope I'd be right. One of my better moves. Wait a second, I missed one of them. I did just skip it. I realized it at the last second. I realized I went straight through the gate, or straight through the one that was past the midway. That's why I died intentionally. Yeah, you are supposed to grab that. Oh, Mecha Koopa. That makes more sense, actually. Huh. Is the Mario Maker thing a patch or a script? It's mostly a script. There's a small patch to deal with scrolling. Basically disable scrolling on death, which occasionally causes hilarious interactions. But other than that, it's completely executed through reading. On the USB to SNES side. It basically reads Mario's position when I reach the death state and plots it on the screen using a bunch of math. The actual thing that handles drawing all the X's is just an HTML page, and the Mario Maker X is actually an SVG that TJB made for me. I mentioned one stream that, like, I'm just using a Courier New X in a bubble that I kind of, like, looked at and said, this is good enough. And TJB was like, hold my Photoshop, I'm just gonna make this better. And sent me an SVG, and I've used that ever since. And it is way better, honestly. Just way better in terms of how it looks compared to the old Courier New X and thing I made in, like, 3 seconds of CSS, because I'm not very good at CSS. I think it was CSS. Maybe I actually, like, made it in Paint. I might have made it in Paint. My graphical abilities are not terribly high. This is fine, too. Extremely cool. Oh, thanks! I like to do an awful lot of, like, weird integrations with games and things. Well, the good news is there's alternative solutions. The bad news is I wiggled a little earlier. Wondering how on earth you could determine when Mario died automatically. Reading for the SNES seems complicated but not impossible. Yeah. The basic thing is the USB interface also presents a mirror of WRAM. So what I'm doing is really reading from the mirror. And determining based upon the state of Mario. I forget if I checked the animation state or something else. It's been a long time since I've implemented. I need to stop doing that wiggle early. It's been a long time since I've implemented it, so I don't remember all the details. I was looking at my Final Fantasy V module and was like, how does this work? The very first thing one of the pieces of the integration module does is set itself up to be unloaded. And I'm like, why did I do that? That's silly. And then I looked at the rest of the code and realized, oh yeah, because you control whether or not it's being unloaded from this side of the thing instead of that side of the thing, and it... Well... That was salvageable. But yeah. Reading the own code, you're right, yeah. I mean, it's also like 5 years old at this point. Once code reaches a certain level of maturity, like, I don't have any reason to revisit it. It works. It's unlikely to stop working. It's not like the SNES is getting patches. And I can completely and utterly ignore any SD to SNES patches I don't want to deal with. I'm actually running a much older version of the USB to SNES, or much older firmware, but honestly it's fine because there hasn't been much in recent firmwares that matter. And the most recent one is also bugged, so people shouldn't use it anyway. I take that back. It's not so much bugged as it is has a... To focus on what I'm doing instead of just talking about it. It does have a bug where the speed at which the SA1 works is a little bit too slow. I think reading from its own RAM has been slowed down or something. I went and ran some experiments for somebody at... Ow. I think I must have wall clipped something. Around when KLDC last year happened. Because someone had like a sprites only entry and wanted to see how it would... It wasn't even the person who entered it, was it? Anyway, someone wanted to see how that would react on the different SD to SNES firmwares. And the answer is it worked fine, but slower on the more recent firmware. Because I had a beta version of the more recent firmware on one of my cards. Mostly so I could play Super Game Boy games. But yeah, there's a fixed version of that firmware, but you can only get it in the Discord, or if you happen to notice that the branch exists on GitHub, because, I don't know. I'm not really sure why. I think the fix he made for it also isn't perfect. But, like, it's kind of difficult for... It's Akari, right? To make perfect changes to the for SA1, because the older SD to SNESs and now FX packs have much smaller FPGAs than the more recent ones. Long story short, just tech, Moore's Law. Hard to argue with it. One of these days, I will actually do the intended thing. See, I held right there, knowing that something bad would happen. I don't like this. Huh. Actually, you know what? Trim the herbs first. That makes doing this bit easier. Wait for the wiggle. Alright, wait again. There we go. Alright, all accounted for. I still think this is cute. Honestly, I thought it was a prelude to there being, like, more puzzles around using that concept, but... There we go. Oh, that's something I should do. I should run the clock on at least a couple of the levels. Okay, I'm done with that now. Air mine, sea mine. Tried making it more complicated, but it just felt janky. That's unfortunate. I get what the gimmick of this level is. Nope, not really. They just kind of come down when they feel like it. This mine is mine. I wasn't ready for it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that it would be a bit more janky. The put a Mecha Koopa inside of a wall thing already does look a little bit janky. Okay. Vaguely remember a jump level that uses a similar gimmick. I'm trying to remember if there was any way to tell when the mines are going to come down on my dang head. I think the answer is no. Is it when you jump? Is that the first two? No, I don't think it's when I jump. I don't think there's any, like, uber ASM trickery here. It's just mines placed above the top, up at the top of the screen, and they fall at kind of a weird rate. Hack is 99% vanilla, not too much ASM trickery. That's kind of what I figured based upon the name and everything. Like, I noticed one thing that looked custom because you were using mushroom-only blocks, and the way they were behaving was a little bit different than vanilla. But not significantly, and not in any way that actually affects gameplay. Okay. Really thought I'd land on him. They also respawn. Pretty sure. It's always the Koopa. Didn't learn ASM until later and you're still a complete novice. Ah, fair. Despite what Carol said, learn ASM, not hard, is not exactly the most useful advice. Half expected the digging check to dig up another one of those spike balls. If it wasn't a vanilla hack, it's possible. I don't think I've ever seen someone replace what those things spawn, now that I think about it. But it makes a lot of sense, really. Like, there's that one, was it Yump 2 level, where there's, like, the Hammer Brothers that throw all manner of non-hammery objects, including but not limited to more Hammer Brothers. Do that but with digging chucks. Wouldn't be the worst gimmick idea. Not sure it'd be the best one, but wouldn't be the worst. Recursive Hammer Bros, yes. It's Hammer Bros all the way down. Okay. So I need to be more careful and pay attention to what I'm doing in this level. You know, take the shell with me. What do I have to lose by taking the shell with me? I don't think I... Oh, well, the shell, apparently. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for those, and wait for him. Then I can wait here. And no problems. Chip's got a hack in the making where one of the levels has digging chucks pulling up various other sprites like dolphins and flying hammer bro problems. That makes sense. I could definitely see if someone's gonna make that sort of thing. Feels like it's definitely in Shovda's wheelhouse. Considering I think there was like a super unethical whatever thing world that Shovda made. I want to say it was Shovda that made that. Or maybe it was made for Shovda, I forget. Digging up a dolphin, top tier archaeology. I like it. Well, one, Jazz Jackrabbit music. Two, the, looks like there's a chunk missing. I wonder if... Okay, there's a chunk missing. Is it consistent? Yeah, it is. It's one of those, like, no sprite tile limits patches things, isn't it? Was missing the graphic one in lava. I have to say, I don't think I've ever seen one of these in lava, so it makes sense. There's also vanilla limitation, having the midway always be in the initial level. It's a classic. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was way too early. Did try inserting no sprite element, but it literally broke everything, so you just thought of it reverted. Fair. It's one of those things that's both one of the big strengths of the SMW ecosystem and one of its horrible downsides is the myriad of patches you can put together and somehow frequently works. Unfortunately, that somehow frequently is not 100% all the time. And all of these separate tools all kind of working together in concert is kind of amazing, except when they don't. I definitely could have stalled there longer if I needed to. Alright. I love how these things move. And somehow, almost always, if not always, find the... Oh, and and Jamie somehow finds all the way to make it not work all the time. Yes, I was actually kind of thinking of you when I said that, Jamie. Not gonna lie. How you doing? It actually allows midway putting you in a different room, but for this level you didn't since the sea mine's face left. Instead of right when you do that? Oh, fair enough. On part of the course, we have allowed many things work in tandem. On duct tape basis, yes. Goodish, nice. I probably should go back and do the other level now. It's like, there was another path, and I have long since abandoned it. Eh. BKC music. Gonna have to be tricky here. Oh yeah, I should put a marker down and do that. Reminder to go back and do the Dragon Coins of the prior level. I think that for some of these, I'll just want to come back and do it later. Frequently for moderation, I do things offline that I just think will be tedious for people to watch. Or silly. What I'll probably just do is cheat myself a cape and do the check really quick. Another aspect of the system is I can load modules that do things like persistently keep you in cape state, kind of like honestly the default Uber ASM. Did one of these not spawn earlier? I think that other one didn't spawn. I think several didn't spawn previously. SMW kind of does lemonade. Kind of. It kind of almost always frequently works. Nice if we get past that part without dying. Yeah, there's some inconsistency in spawns here. Full spawn, but overlapping. Ah. That's probably just has to do with how I ended up walking on the screen then. This is why I use the marker system, is I can check to see if things are normal by doing it again later. Oh, I was too busy, like, looking at the eye. As a general rule, if anything behaves too weirdly, I just go and check it again later. I mean, the SMW environment works on a duct tape basis. The engine itself has problems, but, like, the level design kind of makes it so you don't see as many of those problems. Like, take, like, double Yoshis. Unless you really, really, really want to make a double Yoshi happen, it doesn't happen. There's no easy way to set that up in the original. Like, the game just doesn't want you to do it. And prevents you from doing it. All video games are built with duct. Yes, that is true. A non-trivial number of video games have duct tape holding them together in one way or another. It's just we don't have enough insight into many of those to know it. We have an awful lot of insight into SMW because of the years and years of hacking. If you do like reading about video games being made and not being made entirely of duct tape, Andy Gavin has a really nice set of articles, blog posts he wrote about working on Crash Bandicoot, the first one. And it's kind of fascinating how much of that game was also held together with duct tape, but also really high-quality engineering. Brilliant! Good time to test the Midway. Review games are actually foolproof enough to not qualify? Yeah. Current hack, which barely has anything in it? Namely URSM, Add Music K, and ASAR patches. I probably should pay attention when I respond. Which aren't related to URSM retry, and somehow you've managed to find a major game crash. And that once again do not know how to fix. Oh my. Yep. It works 60% of the time, 100% of the time. Ooh, look, hammers. Oh, look, hammer. Okay, fuzzy. There we go. Mentioned retry. Yeah. I mean, most people, for anything Kaizui now, really do want some level of retry, and I don't blame anybody for it. You spend an awful lot of time staring at the title the world map if you don't. That's an awkward jump. Uber ASM retries work better, but you're about to remove it and try D4's version because you're losing. Worth a shot. He did have a gift for me. The gift of hammer. The gift of hammer. Stop. 'Tis time of hammer. No. Okay. So go through the pleasant shape. Yeah, the only frequent SMW player I can point at who literally prefers the old school method is Desi. I cannot point to any other player I'm aware of who really actually likes going back to the world map every time. I like menu retry because it gives me a chance to reflect upon my mistakes and or look at the setup and hope I don't die. And puzzle things out without pausing, which I like. But I respect people who are fast retry appreciators. But I'm not one of them. This is a train Rex. Oh, train Rex, okay. Also like manual retry? Yeah. I just like the time it gives you to think about things. Also been appreciating like some of the weirdness people have been doing with it more recently, where like it spawns in random locations on the screen, or it's in the lower left-hand corner and other things like that. Adds a little bit of color. Didn't see that coming, but I probably should have. Spring. Good old double bullet bill. It's like the double Wookie. Double Yeti. Double Yeti, not double Wookie. Bonk. You know what occurs to me? I missed my boss. Also found that when you game over, which will happen in this project frequently, go back to the title screen, reload your save, the game just crashes on the next death. Oh my. Confused at literally how. That is a strange bug. Yeah, only you. Only you, Jamie. Somehow. Yeah, I'm wondering what could cause that. On the next death, it's almost like there's a stale pointer or something that's being put in via the game over somehow. Been a lot of times I've had to debug any SMW stuff, though I really should. There are a few bugs in my stuff that I really should sort out. Ran into one when I was playtesting Daizo's thing. You think I would get used to... So used to it I wouldn't notice it anymore, but I still do. Still, that little hitch throws me. There is technically a small amount of cutoff right here. It is really hard to see. It does not matter, really. Put a marker down, but it's a tiny bit. Yeah, and it's Tails. For most patches on SMW. Control think are documented well enough to understand, but retry is just going to be scared debug. That is true. Tails also... You know, the funny thing is I never used Tail when I was still writing more scheme than I write now. Always used Cooder or various variants thereof. Cadadder. Other such things. You know, I need to not miss the bus. But I guess I could just try again. Hope if I jumped. But yeah, people do love the tail sprite. I set this up a while ago to do the sprite swapping, and it works on almost every hack. Almost being the operative word there. Anything that uses, like, the power-up patch doesn't work on, obviously. Anything using the 32x32 character patch, I think I could support it, but I never got around to implementing most of that. I started writing a conversion tool to convert 32x32 patches, or 32x32 characters into the more standard graphics 32, and then I lost the code because I was working out of temp for some really dumb reason. But then I wrote the rough equivalent of that code again for the NES when I was working on a project for Desi. So I still have enough of the code around to fix it up and ship it, but I haven't done it. And 32x32 wouldn't be hard to support. Let's actually land on the thing this time. Thank you. Yeah, this Rosalina sprite's also really cool because it uses Mario's default palette. Was gobsmacked when I saw that. Some serious, well done. A little more cut off, but does not actually matter. B. I had to be faithful there. I know this trick. Don't think you've seen Rosalina as a character. Yeah, Rosalina was made, this sprite was released last C3, I think. I'm not sure it's actually, like, in the available graphics section or not. It probably is. But it was definitely available last C3. Once again, I always appreciate being taught the trick I'm supposed to want to use there before needing to use it. Okay. Wink. I called that one right. Am I late? I'm not late. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone actually use this sprite in a hack, but I haven't been as on top of looking at hacks as they're released as I should. Got all the dragon coins. There's only one level I've missed dragon coins in so far. And like I said, I'm going to go back and handle that one later. Or wait, no, did I? Oh yeah, also the fuzzy level, I guess. Do dragon coin check on fuzzy level afterwards. But yeah, the way I actually handle moderation is there's a feature on Twitch called markers, which I think are mostly meant for, like, editors. People who have editors. I don't have an editor. I'm just doing what little editing I do on my own. And when I say what little, you'd be shocked at how little I do. I mostly just cut out bathroom breaks. But I use the markers to put down little notes for myself to go and check things or to write up specific issues with hacks. I've done this since I started moderating. I found it to just be a useful system. It's very handy to be able to kind of go and outsource my memory to other places. I don't need to get any more numbers, stars, because I already got all of them. Sounds useful? Yeah. There's an awful lot of tech behind the scenes that handles all this stuff. Like, after I'm done with playing this tonight, the stream will get cut up a little bit, put on YouTube, and then I'll be able to look at the markers there, because Twitch's interface for it is kind of awful. And there's a bunch of timestamp handling code that handles timestamps from, like, so many places to make this work. We'll include, like, level names and everything, too, because that's just how it rolls. The funny thing is that the thing that handles level names was originally designed to make it so I could open the CD-ROM drive on the other computer here when playing DOS streams. Because it turns out that the version of Python that works on Windows 98 doesn't have WebSocket support. So I went and found a way around that. It's a little bit louder in this level than the other ones. Be on the lookout for a P-switch. But then that SQLite database turned out to be just a useful bunch of data to have around, so now it's used for everything. Okay, so Interesting. Interesting. So I've already hit a midway. There are no dragon coins. I'm just gonna sandbag. But yeah, the way that ended up working out was I just do a event type query. I have a small web service, small like Python web server. When it boots up on, oh, there it is. So yeah, I did enter in a different spot, huh? This is no. So I have an actual Windows 98 machine. There's a computer that is sitting next. I have two computers sitting next to me. Or actually, there's a lot of computers sitting next to me. But right now, there's a MacBook to my left that's handling chat and running the bots and everything for this. Then there's a computer that's actually I forgot they do that. That's handling the streaming, handling capture, and it does a few more things other than that. And then finally, there is an actual computer that has Windows 98 installed. And I play games on it sometimes, so like, I guess the last stream I did with that was, I actually did an IE6 stream. A little bit of slowdown there. But before that, what did I play on it before that? Oh, Duke 3D, I was playing Duke 3D on it. Because it plays DOS games just fine too, it's Windows 98 after all. But basically my buddy Squiggles, as part of the, you know what, I have enough money to do things I always wanted to do as a child phase of employment, built his sort of dream PC if he could have had it in high school. And so it's got, you know, way more RAM than it ever needs. It's got like 300 megabytes of RAM. It's a high-spec Pentium 3. So he made it and then left it at my place because he didn't actually want to do anything with it. He was just happy to have made it. And so yeah, I've got a VGA capture set up for that and everything, so I do occasionally stream off it. Mostly what it does is hold the Super Nintendo off the ground to make it easier to reset the few times I need to hard reset it. Which is pretty rare nowadays. I fixed most of the chat hack stuff to be more robust and not completely kill the system whenever it breaks. Though occasionally with Carl modules, I can't stop that. Long story short, on the SD to SNES, if you jump into ROM, or if you... How does this work? What is the specific issue? It's something like if you try to write to ROM too many times, it assumes something terrible has happened and just shuts off. I've never actually looked into the code to see why it happens, but it definitely happens. It's not like the NES where there's like memory mapped registers that are sitting around waiting for you to write in RAM space. Typically any registers that are mapped in... Any bonus registers that are mapped on the Super Nintendo are mapped to one of the No Man's Land memory over there. Probably should have been smarter there. Squigs comment on your hack? Oh, it's probably not the same person. My buddy Squiggles is a person I know in real life and everything. I don't think he has an SMW Central account. He's also known as Mr. Mayhem, but no one calls him that on this stream because his name is Squiggles. When I did when I played a helping hand for Quack Jam, Squiggles was my player too. He came over with his own Super Nintendo, and I plugged it into the other capture device, and we got that all working. Yeah, no worries. We actually have another stream planned in the vaguely near future. I want to say on like the 9th. I have to look it up. I talked with him about this last night because 4-Job Fiesta season is opening, and I wanted to get ahead on that for once, as opposed to start relatively early and then need to finish up like 4 seconds before it ends, which was a frequent problem. You know, I don't think that spot's as safe as the game's making it out to be. Oh yeah, Mr. Mayhem. I don't... What is it? Guess I could look it up for you if you actually want to know and follow him. He doesn't stream on Twitch too often. Copy that. Yeah, there we go. That is Squiggles. He's currently hosting me, which doesn't surprise me. So when I loaded up the page, it started playing my stream. But yes, that is Squiggles. He basically only ever uses it to record the end of Final Fantasy V. I don't think I've seen him stream anything else. You know what? Bonk. 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 You know, there's a lot of ways I could have done that. Okay. Dolphin. I know the rules here. One of the rules is don't give me like 8 million pufferfish. But yeah, that worked. I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate 2 on the machine soon-ish. Was planning maybe tomorrow, but that's not likely to happen now because it didn't arrive. I bought it like a week ago and thought, oh yes, it would arrive, and then I looked and I'm like, huh, that's odd. It hasn't arrived. And, yeah, no, they canceled my order because it turns out they didn't actually have a copy of Baldur's Gate 2. Oh, thanks for the GG. So was that actually a red level? It is actually a red level. I just realized what the name of that was, New Jersey Lake. I know exactly what the inspiration for that level was now. Everything makes so much more sense now. One of the last levels I beat in Jump when I was playing Jump, and this was last year because I have not actually gotten back around to it, was another Yopi level. I'd finished all the way from New Jersey, and my line there was, I don't really feel like a sense of accomplishment so much as a sense of relief. And I stand by that line. Now, the reason I'm back in here is because it's a level that has a second exit. Where would it be? My thought was it would be in here, but clearly it's not. If I was going to hide a P-switch in a clever way in a water level, what I would probably do is hide it behind a piranha plant. But I don't like that answer. Because I can't see where it would be. Where do the blocks go? Oh, it's not... Has nothing to do with piranha plants. It was a block snake. I am so smart. I am so smart. That was really cute, actually. Oh, ho, ho, you... Alright, I really like this. Tribute to 2 Yopi levels at the same time. Or was that a morsel level? I'm trying to remember if that was a morsel level with the water level and then water, not water level. That's still one of my favorite levels in the OG jump. Like, just truly brilliant level design. That's good enough. Is it? It's good enough. Rapture of the Deep, that might be what it's called. What's up, Blackbird? How you doing? Let me just check it, quick look. That looks like it's in... Oh, hey, the first one come up is... Oh, I was hoping it was a Raocow. It's not Raocow, it's someone else, but... No, not Rapture of the Deep. That's the weird, glitched water level. The one I'm thinking of is on the path to the Back to the Future level. Where does this go? Doing good, just got done making up signs for the wrestling show. Oh, nice! Okay, I don't think I need to tackle this yet. Dang it. Yeah, aquapheric pressure, that would be it. I'm pretty sure. It sounds right. That is totally it. Wasn't inspired, but maybe subconsciously. Oh, that one's a LOL Yoshi level, and that's a Terraformer and LOL Yoshi level. According to this video I'm looking at, which has the level creator names in it. Which is pretty convenient, actually. Been really vibing with the hack you're making. Don't expect too many people to enjoy it, but you're having fun? That's good, then. You know what? I've gone so far off the beaten path here. I need to go see where the other path goes now. Not inspired, but just subconsciously. Maybe. I just like the gimmick of water level than not water level. Maybe I just like the gimmick a lot. 8 section level with 99 lives and no way to get any more. I mean, some people do love that kind of thing. I don't, but some people do. I was thinking about the... Oh, God. Brain. Work. That wasn't what I meant to do. It was close to what I wanted to do, but that wasn't it. Definitely make it for your own amusement. Signs. I was going to talk about signs for a moment. Never been to a wrestling show, but I'm familiar with, you know, the various things people put on signs at those things, like John 3:15, 2:15? Whatever the number is. It's specific Bible verse and whatnot. But the one time I actually did get to make up signs for something was for the mystery hunt. We knew that what the theme was going to be in advance was sort of a banking theme, which of course there was a twist. It turned out to be a bank heist theme because banking is a dumb theme. But all of Codex made up signs, and so I had a sign that said free sign on one side and the people behind me can't see on the other. I was very happy with my signs, my signage. And of course, we did the Occupy thing by going, what do we want? Puzzles! When do we want them? Puzzles! We had fun with our gimmick. That was not the way to play that. 316, thank you. KaizoTube and vibing. It's actually pretty difficult. I expect pretty much everyone to at least game over on it one section. Yeah. Really good players. Yeah, people love the marathon things tend to be really good players, like Shovda and Shoujo and Amethyst. Just to be the people that come to mind first. As... yeah, I'm on Codex. I've been on Codex for, God, too long. Intersection of SMW and Puzzle Hunts is basically... Does sound right. I think but I also don't talk to anybody about SMW when I'm at these things. We just talk about puzzles. So, but yeah, I'm on Codex. I've been on Codex a very long time. I have the unique distinction of being one of the few people to have found a Mystery Hunt coin while being on Codex, and that was not the play right there. String of signs at wrestling that were like Mario Kart and Sonic, shit like that. Wanted Disgaea great at Final Fantasy Tactics. Not Illustrious being one of the Sakat. I don't think Illustrious ever went and did a mystery hunt though. Last time I talked to him, mentioned they'd been invited to a couple teams, but never had accepted any invitations. I said go play on Codex because they're cool, and that also counted as an invitation, but I don't think that went through. I am curious, what team are you on, What should I call you? Should I call you FT with all the numbers, or is FT just alright? Or do you have a preferred moniker? I was right by the midway. Was, being the operative word. Mystery on 2024 with 17th Shard was a fun time. Oh, nice. Just FT, thank you. Yeah, 2024 is pretty decent. I would say it ran a little overlong. Codex, we usually believe that we can finish a hunt. We've been a bit, you know, behind that track recently. But, especially because, you know, after teams win, they divide up a bit, and there's generally attrition. If small llama malls came back, would probably be competitive again, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon unless Andrew Lin wants to run another hunt, which I don't see happening. But there were a lot of really cool individual puzzles. But dang, was there an awful lot of puzzles. Hey. Huh? I didn't expect that. I should have expected that. Nope. Then Codex didn't ring any bells, what she said. Did said she went to DEF CON several times, yeah. It's DEF CON, yeah. DEF CON has a puzzle thing, but it's much more in the Cicada realm than here's a bunch of puzzles and a meta puzzle and a meta puzzle, go. Pass the level over to me to look if you're curious. Yeah, I'd be curious. Nothing I couldn't do just to shell jumps and figure out what to do at times. It's extremely difficult platforming. I can do those kinds of things. Haven't finished post-solving? That does not surprise me. Like I said, big hunt. I won't spoil anything forward because of that. Yeah, I was playing through Recursed, which is a really cool puzzle game where you enter chests that have chests in them. And one of the members of the writing team ended up showing up for a bit, and I was very amused. I was talking about a specific puzzle that was in there where the point of the puzzle was not so much to solve the puzzle, but to construct a proof. Which was... I was so close that last coin. Which was really cool. But not something I was remotely prepared to do. Just a few shell jumps. How bad could it be? Hacker's dreams, it's just a few... That's true. The magic vanished. Alright, I guess we'll see where this path takes us. Thanks for the GG. Yeah, I saw that Anon was working on some dev stuff the other day. I didn't have a chance to actually watch his stream. Interesting. Okay, well, it makes sense. Once it goes off screen, it despawns. So that's the gimmick, okay. I'm curious if he'll be at PAX again this year. Because now that I'm done with the other big cons that I went to for the year, I went to the Chicago Comic-Con a couple weeks ago. PAX is really the next big one I'm planning on going to, but there's a small one I'm planning on going to, too, which should be weird, but interesting. It's the first one of this type they're doing, and so it should be cool. Ah, yeah, okay. P-speed. This is a cool vanilla gimmick. Oh, no, reminds me, I need to put a note down to Dragon Coin the last stage. Check Dragon Coin's last stage. Wait a second, it's this song? Japan Break Industries. I love this song. Oh, what a silly thing this was. Basically, some dude was like, you know what my company really needs? It needs a theme song. And so we just busted out a guitar and wrote one, and people made silly flash animations with ASCII cats to it. Fortress 2 Blue. Milyang Fortress. like I didn't do this right. Definitely didn't do this right. Would I have gotten the height I need for that? Not on the bounce, but from up here, yeah, I definitely could. Alright, yeah, I need to be able to spin jump, so basically the goal is to never fall below that point in the screen. Does sound hilarious? You know that it had history? Yeah, it does. Let me see if we can find it. Need to hurry. I think, unfortunately, the company's long out of business. Come on, where is it? There we go. Someone made a Eurodance version. Yeah, this is it. Old Flash animation. Don Quixote is the company theme song. I've never heard the Don Quixote company theme song. I was more of a Family Mart guy. Okay, so what I need to do is jump between those two to keep myself high enough up. I think I screwed it at the last second, yeah. One of those things I talk about far too often on stream is how much I actually miss Flash as a way of creating things. There aren't too many tools that allow people that much expressiveness without understanding programming all that well. It's very much an artist's tool. Oh god! Wasn't prepared for this class of Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Did I check the midway? I definitely didn't because the time. So. Yeah, I don't think the original song sounds quite like that. I think that's a Eurobeat thing that some people at Tucha did. Because, of course, they did. And then that was the version that got ported. I'm just glad that worked. I didn't want to have to go to get the first checkpoint again. And I don't really mind a little bit before the ending. Doing that again is a fun trick. Hoping I get the P-switch jump again. I think that saves me from having to do like a little bit of extra jump. But not too bad. Alright, now Wendy's. So, this is a Wendy's. One of the sillier hacks I moderated was like a trip to Wendy's. I had to point out that it was just criminal to have your hack called a trip to Wendy's and not use hot drinks anywhere in it. Because there is a port of hot drinks that somebody made, and hot drinks is such an absolute banger of a track. Oh, thanks for the GGs. Yeah, it's a good video. Pretty much par for the course for that class of time. Wendy Houdini Koopa was vanquished before she could vanish from the scene. Now Mario moves on to Mountain World. I used to have a giant... I might still have a giant set of Swifts around here somewhere. Probably on the other computer. I need to try on the other computer to copy some stuff on and off of it anyway. Just... So I don't even understand. This is a sprawling hack. When you use hot drinks in QL to see a decent number of people are like, is that hot drinks? Yes. While running? I hope not. Alright. Fish. Rumor, if you collect the coins in the mysterious house in the right order, a life farm will await you. Collect the coins in the right order. Well, I have a reason to go there now. I knew there was something funny going on in the mysterious house because of the way that there was a Yoshi that was spawning below the floor. And that struck me as something that probably shouldn't be there. And what little I know about FT's prior work is it's unlikely it would have just been left there. I did actually play this hack was made in 2 hours a long time ago when it was a Mystery Monday hack. I know a little bit about it. That hack is also silly. Nope. It's a really tall level. I'll just wait for the next torpedo. There we go. Now I can sandbag. You may learn it. While running in SMW is a heavily underutilized thing. I mean, I don't know. I think there's an awful lot of like Kaizo things that use it and other things. I guess for standard, you don't see it nearly as often. Because it doesn't work so well for like rompy levels. It's perfectly fine. My favorite thing still is the carryable triangle pinky that Jeff made. Which I've only ever seen like in the wild in like 1 or 2 hacks. And it's such an interesting concept for being such a janky idea. Right, well, here's where I sandbagged. Goodbye, fish. Throwing for content. Moderating requires that I see that the midways work. That's one of the few things that always has to happen. Look at the GG. Quick and easy level, I like that. I mean, I've House of Boo lasers? I think I want to go the other way now. Finding broken levels of creators often harks at one shot. Yeah, exactly. I do find that in terms of like difference of play comparatively, like moderation and just playing a game, that is a big one. Is the how I respond or testing midways. Because testing midways robs you of a lot of momentum. So like you feel you're doing well on the level, you have those are a little bit broken. Not a lot broken, but a little bit broken graphically. And this is Final Fantasy VI music, which would be fun. Come down, please. Just a little bit. Small level. Something... Oh, I was going to go to the mysterious house next. That was my way of avoiding the problem. Don't know why that's there. It's a vague feeling I'm going to have to come back with a P-switch. Can't prove it yet. Have almost 25k. Can you request a game now? Jamie, as much as I'd love to let you request a game because the last couple you've requested have been pretty fun, unfortunately, no, not until I clear more of the queue. I was reminded of the fact that I played Shadow Man around Easter last year, and that's when I shut off the queue, and I still have not made significant progress in reducing it. And with some of the things people have requested, I still have an awful lot of distance to go. This is not Baba. Don't want to play... I do want to play Illusion of Gaia. Gaia would be fun. I probably would end up playing all 3 of them, though. Because, like, I love Soul Blazer. I've had so much fun with Soul Blazer. So how you doing, Bracky? It's not Baba because I'm finally home. Home is where the SNES is. Which means I don't only have to play Baba. I feel like there's a secret here. Jamie redeems all 25 for his own hack? Nah. Hack testing is free. I don't think I've ever had anyone Actually, no, I guess someone did request their own hack with that. I forgot. But it wasn't SMW, so it requires more setup. Thanks to the GG. 30 bucks for Illusion of Gaia? Oh, yeah, that's actually not bad at all. And yeah, I'm really happy to be home. I was going to go check out the house for the life farm. I don't need the life farm. As demonstrated earlier, I can conjure lives out of mid-thin air with the power of USB, but collect the coins in the right order. Mysterious House does have BOB-OMB music, and that's where we're going. To see if I can find the secrets. Nice cartridge. Wish it had a permanent marker on it, but oh well. Works and saves, yeah. As a gag, I bought Biscuit. Oh, collect the coins in the right order. Okay, so there's yellow coins, blue coins, green coins, and red coins. I can respawn these. How would I know what the right order is? Okay, so assuming I did want to try doing this the painful way, there are... How many combinations in 4 when you always choose one out of it? It's a lot. Hope you get a copy of Equinox someday. Hope so too. I did notice that, because I do check things on romhacking.net sometimes, that there was a hack of Equinox that came out recently. Probably why GRB. I can try it. Yeah, I'd seen the guy working somewhere on it. I just noticed it had come out. I mean, I know what's happening here. There are the 1-up tiles hidden under this, at which point the 1-up tile under the Yoshi will do something different and magic will occur. But I don't know how that's going to work. And I don't really want to try to brute force this. So I might revisit the level really quick to see if there's a clue in the level. Otherwise, I will assume that there is a clue in a different level. So enter just to see if that was it. Because the only way I'd know... Actually, no. The way I'd know is if a 1-up spawned. But... Solstice. Yes, Solstice. Sorry, not Equinox. The other one. That's why I thought for a few minutes and got mixed up. It was the NES one. Sorry to get your hopes up. Alright, it was this one with the wall climbing. Yeah, there's no hacks for Equinox. Sorry. They're very similarly named things. Collect the coins in the mysterious house in just the right order. Well... Huh. Okay, well, lateral thinking here. Green comes in first. Then blue, and then there's red. So, like, we have this yellow, green, blue, red could be the right order? Because I see these things here. Pinkies are pink, but it could be red in a pinch. And that fish has 0 reason to be here. So I'm going to assume that that's the hint. That's the clue. So yellow, green, and then yellow, green, blue, red, I think. But I could transpose blue and red. So yellow. Green, blue, red. Seems incorrect or I did it wrong. Because it's possible by missing the first coin it was a problem. Alright, try one more time. Yellow. Green, blue, red. No dice. Isn't there some weird rule about, like, touching things twice? It could be I'm messing it up by touching it twice. Because the one-up things are weird. Right, let's try transposing the two, because technically the fish does spawn to the right of Pinky. So instead, yellow, green, red, blue. Nope. Well... Nope. Yeah, they're finicky with touching things twice, which is a little bit disconcerting when doing this kind of thing. Green. Red. The correct order is unambiguous. Okay. Interesting. Nope, that wasn't it. Alright, well. A mystery I might leave till later. I was kind of hoping I would reach a point where the two paths converge, but I don't think they're going to converge at this rate, so I'm going to go back to the left side and keep going that way. Just to change it up. How many cases am I up to? I haven't looked in a while. 15. Okay, that's not too bad. History is mystery. What's the line there? If you duck jump onto the vine, your hitbox will act as high as if you were ducking. This is one of like the most important little bits of tech that I absolutely love in this game. Or why I recommend people play jump at least the first level to get these little bits of knowledge that otherwise you might not get. Oh boy. It's our pal, the Fishin' Boo. Oh yeah, I guess someone asked earlier, Raucow question mark. I guess another point of history. If you've heard of Jump, Raucow's community was the one that was the group that made it. Called Talkhouse. And they still occasionally do things like Maggle, which is the make a good level competition. But Raucow is a YouTuber known for playing Mario hacks and Toho things. And as far as I know, he's still at it. I don't watch him much these days, but... as far as I know, he's still at it. He has a very unique way of speaking that people at some point may have attributed to drugs, but I think he's just Canadian. And I also do not believe he's into drugs. He's just into Canada. He's playing nonsense? That makes sense. That's another Jump Team one. I think it's Jump Team. I want to say he's played some of like the Daizo-led collabs as well. Like Rack or Ohm. So bad at fishing booze. On the bright side, I think this is more Jazz Jackrabbit music, which is awesome. I have played Jazz Jackrabbit on stream. The problem is the particular mode Jazz Jackrabbit runs in does not work well with my capture device. The two possible reasons are drugs or Canada. Yep. Oh wait, those are spikes. That worked out. What I was supposed to do was use that to avoid it, because I'd be ahead of things, but I wasn't. Okay, lesson learned here. Be better. I may as well just sandbag. Fish and booze with disco shells, more jank. Oh, yeah, that they are. Fish and fish guy. It's one of the reasons you... Oh, I didn't... Oh, because of that, I didn't take... I should have tried the door first. Alright, well, I'll have to beat the first part of the level again. Oh, good old fast slamming. Mission Boo is like a silly porky puffer. I could see that. They have similar natures. Especially the camera trickery they do. Nope. Panicked. Panicked. Panicked like Xanax. Okay, we hold on to our power-up briefly, though it does not matter in slammer levels, because they will just kill you. Last slammer level I encountered I did not care for. But that level also was kind of annoying, with flashing lights and gabber music. Would say that was the natter of Beat Jam, which was otherwise just a really good hack. But that gabber level definitely overstayed its welcome for me. I did not feel gabber. Okay. Held up. Did read some of the other judges' stuff for Quack Jam, and I was actually amused. I think it was Author Blues had the same criticism of Mario's quest or Luigi's quest for soft tacos that I did, which was that they didn't put their best foot forward with the first level. The add music was kind of a weird level and wasn't really great. Like, it was okay. It was certainly, but I think it would have been better if they put it in the mid game as opposed to up front. I think putting a stronger level there would have made a lot more sense. 2, 3. Slam, go. I'm just amused to see the same criticism. There's still a good crop of hacks. Plus or minus MOB. MOB was just something. Something else. Speaking of marathon levels. If anyone hasn't played or seen Random Access MOB yet, it is a trip. Basically, the best I can say about it is it's the equivalent of playing Mario while having Alzheimer's. Because nothing stays the same, and you're frequently asking, why did this happen? Was that there last time? I don't remember. Why didn't that jump work? It worked last time. And because either the level has changed underneath you, or the physics have changed underneath you, or both. Seen MOB, still need to try it and sit down. It's like 6 hours to beat a level. Yeah, I spent 2 hours and did not manage to get a midway and decided, as an executive decision, it was time to bust out some cheats. I made the rule, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on any given midwayable section, after which I am bailing and cheating and giving myself a cape and just seeing what's here. Because it was just not... It was a hack that was definitely not made for me. In the sense that none of the hacks in Quack Jam were made for me. There was one that was clearly made for Author Blues. That did suit me rather well. But MOB was certainly a hack that was made for, like, Shoujo and possibly Amethyst. Like, that was just their hack. Did know an earlier version, Dev mode, told you about the values of the physics. Oh, that's really interesting. I'd love to know how they did it. Like, there's an awful lot in there that I find technically interesting, but I do not ever want to play that level, that hack again. Between the shifting physics and the shifting levels, I think if it had been one or the other, I would have actually liked it quite a bit. But having both was just not happening for me. It just made it so that everything was just kind of painful. Shifting levels is different sub-levels. I assume that, well, there's also some stuff going on with sprites. I think that they made some custom sprites that would spawn different entities whenever they came on screen. Yeah, random access memory. Yeah. Jamie asked what I thought of Tano. I actually really liked Tano Box Man. The only thing I can say I didn't like was the final boss. I think the concept was fine, just the numbers needed to be tweaked. Like, each phase was just too long. And then there was a bug I ran into where I died instantly when I was an inch away from winning, which was annoying. But, like, the individual levels were all, like, really solid and fun. There was one bit of one level I didn't care for, which was you throw the gun that's constantly auto-shooting bullets at this one thing. Why can't I do this trick anymore? And then you have to do this block climb, which honestly I think without Daizo giving me a hint, I don't think I would have figured out for a very long time. And I was actually kind of close to just cheating that one and turning on water so I could just swim to the top of it. Thankfully, once you finished that trick, you were completely done with that section, so you didn't have to come back to it. So that made that fine, ultimately. I'm slow again. But yeah, lots of good levels. Lots of good levels. I actually really liked Hawaluta's last level, the egg one. The third egg thing, it still bugs me. It's like an awful lot of people might attach the whole layer 2 to an egg, but only Hawaluta would attach it to the third egg. Most people would attach it to a single spawning egg, but no. Hawaluta's like, no. Put a Birdo, and then attach it to the third egg the Birdo spawns. A lot of people like the hack. It started off as your idea, but you had to back out. Yeah, I did see that with the, what was it, a tribute to a true Yakuza, or whatever the short, not quite level was there. But these things do happen. The egg level seemed insane. It was, but like it's very characteristic of what Hawaluta does. I can't really think of anybody else who makes levels like Hawaluta does. They're just weird in a lot of good ways and frequently in some really painful ways. But the egg one wasn't bad in any like difficult, like painful ways. It was just a good level. There was like one bit where I was confused, and part of that was I didn't fully understand what was going on with the third egg thing. But once I got that straightened out. Yeah, he did that. The very last level you can play, the post-game level, is a Hawaluta level, and yeah, the entirety of Layer 2 is attached to a Birdo egg. But it's the third egg. Not the first egg, not the second egg, the third egg. Dang it. Yeah, there was a lot of good levels. There were, like, one gimmick I did not care for was, like, there was a gimmick in a ghost house, and that I found that it was a little bit painful to work with just because it was so slow. It's an interesting gimmick, but it was really slow. Yeah. I've been focusing on talking about quack jam things and not playing the game in front of me. That level? Yep, it is. Yeah, when I was doing my write-up, I asked Daizo if he'd be willing to just give me a list of what levels everyone made, and Daizo provided, which was nice. The fuck? Okay. Oh no. What is going on? And I have already run out of star power. Hey, look, a door. Let's go through the door. This room is the entire reason this level was made. Oh, I understand. Oh, okay. This is memory reuse stuff. Okay. I was like, this has to be a vanilla gimmick, but how? And yeah, it's using the same spots. That's cute. Daizo does something in reference to Yakuza. It's most certainly 100% you're doing in some way, shape, or form. That does make sense. Yoshi casually spawning infinite number of vines. Yep. I think that the, like, growing, or it must share the fixed memory location with the boos. Like, there's an awful lot of memory needed to sort out where those boos are. And so I imagine it uses some static location that's the same. And again, in the original version, there's never going to be an instance where you're going to have a boo stealing and a vine. So reusing that space is fine, but here it results in some type confusion. And that was actually really cool. I see. Oh, bloody tears. Oh wait, it's icy. That was a terrible way to do that. Daiso has a hack he's slowly working on for you called Mario of the Yakuzas. No, nothing, and Frank's making you afraid. Fair. Daiso has so many hacks he's working on. Glad to see he finished up the Inktober one. Inktober hack that he had me test a couple years ago. I still need to go back through that. I think I will at some point in the vaguely near future go back through in like an evening when I'm feeling it and see all of the portrait rooms, because I saw none of the portrait rooms on my way through the testing. Like just none of them. Daiso's really good at hiding stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if there were a few things in Boxman I didn't see. Just because Daiso had hit them too well. Oh. Oh, okay. I missed an important detail there. Oh, I need to go back and make a note to myself really quick. Check the door after the midway in the prior level. I feel like almost everything I'm going to have here, that's death, is going to be notes of that type. Not the funny patch. At some point today, in the future. Okay. Inktober hacks in school. Yeah, it is, the caveman hack. That's the reason you hide shit in your hacks, of course. Yeah, I played that and Daiso submitted it like a few weeks ago. But yeah, he did make some major changes based upon some dumb things I did. One of them being a change to the gauntlet level, where instead of instantly killing you in one section if you're not on the ball, it actually gives you a second to spawn the entity that you need for that section. So that's an actual action you're committing to as opposed to it just automatically happening. Yeah, I think Daiso's Inktober goal was like make a level per day, and he didn't quite get there, but there's like still 10 levels in the hack. I played it forever ago. It's still sitting at like the root of the USB or of the SD to SNES, because I didn't have quite as good tooling back then. One level a day is rough. Yeah, especially you want to make something cool and polished. And he wanted to like be messing with sprites too. Like that's a big theme of Caveman is sprites are behaving erratically. So you end up like running into Bowser statues that don't behave the way you expect them to and other things. It's part of the plot. There's always a plot. It's a Daiso hack. I don't think there could not be a plot. And it's a cute plot for what it is. It's got nice ease. Go. Brave jump. Okay. Focus. This part? It was this part. What I think you're supposed to do is not that. There's the friggin' door again. Want to go back and experiment with that one hack you were tinkering with? The one with more verticality and openness and custom. Yeah, that was a really cool looking hack. I'm gonna finish the one you're on now. You're vibing with, don't interrupt the vibe. That's smart. When you've got momentum, keep it. Absolutely keep it. One of these days, I'll make a level. One of these days. I had an idea for like the next QLDC. vaguely tempted to try and do that instead of Angle to be a judge for it when it comes around next year. You know, presuming it comes around again next year. Never any guarantees in this. Nope. But to be fair, if I don't actually do it, I might do something silly for CLDC if it ever rolls around again. Learn a lot when it comes to this stuff. I need to focus on game and then I can read again. The worst part is I really want to scratch my ear now and I can't. It's the nature of auto-scrollers. Castlevania-based ones at that. Okay. I always like seeing the yellow timber used. I don't feel it's used enough in random hacks. I'm really glad I ended up at the bottom of that. Okay. Yeah, that's more like what you're supposed to do. Ah. You know, I was wondering what the trap here would be. So I knew there would be a trap. Alright, we got layer 2 nonsense. Learn a lot when it comes to stuff, especially be a first project you start and finish without a giant multi-year gap between. Fair. Hack had a gap between 2019 and 2023. Dang. One hack you released had a gap of 2018 to 2022. Got Hodgepodge out. Felt bad. Yeah, Hodgepodge took a while. I remember testing that. And getting my first credit in an SMW game. SMW hack. Of lawn care advisor or whatever the silly thing was. I wonder where that picture is. I don't know if I still have it. The one I took for the portrait room of that. Oh god. Dang it. Clouds. Loud and clear. Check coins. I'm not going back. Fast falling off layer 2 is one of my least favorite things about this game. Also, I feel like I'm playing pachinko. Who like Price is Right, but still feels a bit silly. Nope. Oh, it wasn't that far away. Wasn't that close either. Young Yu was like, I'm gonna make a Kaizo hack, a lot of cutscenes, and a time travel plot, and it's gonna be super cool, and all the levels are gonna play in the story. And no, you're not. You don't know what you're doing. Nope. It's true. But it's good to dream big. Like, certainly none of the ideas I've had for levels have been small. Really, one of them is just a boss. And there's some stuff I want to write to make doing some of the things I want to do easier, but it's one of those, if you want to build a level, build a level. If you want to design a game, design a game. But if you just want to build an engine, just fucking build an engine and don't expect you'll ever actually make a game out of it. And that's kind of where I'm at with this project. It's like, I might just do the project, but then I might never actually finish anything with it. Not so much a game engine, so much as just... engine's the right word in a way, I guess. I've made my life worse. I got the dragon coin, but at what cost? Dream big or go home. Nowadays, you just don't dream. It helps with not going home. How you doing, Milgrips? Too easy to start projects? Absolutely. Ambitions are still high with a lot of things. Really reeled it in lately. Gotta learn to finish a hack before you start moving to something bigger. Yep. No, it's definitely a theme for the next while for me, is trying to finish some projects that I've had and wanted to do for a while. I have some time now to do them. I should just sit down and do some of them. I was planning to refactor some of the Final Fantasy V stuff, because they've got the Fiesta coming up. As well as rewrite the overlay for that. It's long in the tooth and needs cleaning up. I think I know how to do it better now. I'm still bad at CSS, but I think I know how to do it better now. And I'm gonna reskin it to look more like the current stream overlay stuff, because I guess I didn't finish the thought here. It's not real Windows 98, but it's Windows 98 CSS. And I need to use that better. That's what I get for jumping. Yeah, I think if I was just more patient in this area, I'd have an easier time of it. Still playing pachinko, though. Meant to regrab. Like your uncle's closet, set your heights way high on that one. A bunch of 2-screen rooms, a completely custom boss at the end of every section. Bro, what are you on? The hack's gonna come out. You like want to get help because you cannot? No, definitely not with those kinds of ambitions. And the difficulty for Uncle's Closet is all over the place in such a good way. Reminds me, I should look and see if Everhood 2 has gotten a release date yet. Was listening to some Everhood jams on the plane yesterday. Because I had just enough, like... I guess it was on approach. So yeah, I could still use my phone when we were on the process of landing. Listen to a few. Nope. Not yet. Dang it. Room's the easy part, just the bosses. Also having enough space for everything, yeah. I mean, thanks to advances in technology, we can do like 8 megabyte ROMs without really having to do too much work in terms of bank swapping and nonsense. But if you want to go above that, you need to start using the MMC, and that becomes a problem. I'm unaware of any hacks that have done that, but it wouldn't surprise me if that one VLDC compilation hack does. Looked into it, my stuff will not attach to it. It just crashes immediately. Be honest, the small thing, need to give each level a name. Take an absurd amount of space. The small thing to give each thing a name. Only finished 3 areas, need a better way to do it. Trying to remember what it was, how that worked. It has been a while. Okay, I just need to focus and get through this. Not try to read chat during the cloud transfer. There was something beyond that. I realized it immediately after I jumped on it. Oh, it stopped scrolling, so then it was just the one up. I can live with that. Some Max style stuff, SA1 related. Just for each individual letter, since we're doing a bunch of code for each letter, which inflates it horribly. Yeah, that does not sound right. Yeah, name should not take that much space. Thanks for the GG. I wanted to see where that level took me, because I wanted to see if there's any odds of convergence. Let's use a feature that we almost never see. I'm looking around the map. So this goes all the way over there, and then goes up here, and then I guess it meets back up. It's a long way down. So I guess that's actually a pretty good argument for me to go take the other path now, assuming it does what I think it does, and these are going to converge. Wasn't the one who made the code, so at least it's not your fault. Still gotta find a better way to do it. Yeah, if you're having code for each individual letter, that strikes me as a case where there could be some templating, or making it a function that takes arguments, having some lookup tables. Like, there's probably ways to do it better. Having not seen the code, I can't make any real suggestions. One boss you coded for you're really proud of? That was Glendale, right? Because I fought Glendale. And also the mole. That mole. Didn't even see the level name. Somehow I knew I was going to be waiting there. At least the level gives a lot of mushrooms. That's not what I wanted to do. Actually, one sec. Sorry about that. Had a bit of a cough coming on. I decided I'd rather just pause the game, and it's not what I wanted to do. And take care of the issue. Icy layer 2. Well, at least it's not an icy layer 2. Huh. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, Glendale was pretty difficult. And the mole was too. I should see which video, which boss that is. Glendale, yes. At the pizza tower. I've got a feeling there's a secret up there. Can't prove it. When you land on the spiny, but not the mushroom. Land on the spiny, but not the mushroom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a secret up there. Ah, dang, I thought it would go the other way. For no real reason. Still need to find out how DMA tile changes. At this point, you'd also need to relearn the code. How the fuck? You coded 2 to 3 years back. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Yeah, there we go. Dang it. Oh, because these aren't solid. Right. Oh. How to jump on Glendale to avoid that attack was something you just tried for fun. When you set the speed rises when making him realize for fun. Well, yeah. It was awesome, so you kept it? Yes. It's a mandatory counterattack. Oh, wait a second. I didn't try that. Okay, good. Pipe does not go. Oh. Convenient. Right, so what's going on here? That's... I guess that makes sense? I'm trying to think about this. Okay. That wasn't one of my smarter moves, I will be honest. I did indeed kill 2 with 1 question block. What? Huh. That's a new one. Some sort of odd water. Sort of very odd water. Can't spin jump on yellow fish. got that. Okay, cool. Right, Sprite water is a thing. It's where you mix your Sprite with water to have watered down Sprite. Honestly, that's just kind of gross. You know what? Let's see if I can get up to a little bit of nonsense here. Nah, I don't even get above the walls. Can definitely get hit by that. Right, they reflect. Yeah, and that's that. I'm just gonna go. Oh, good old floppity fish. Also proud owner of a Wii balance board now. Made a joke on stream that someone gave you the money, you'd buy it. You would use it for Super Monkey Ball. Stop it. Does it work for that? That sounds pretty cool, actually. Mildly bad idea, but sounds really cool. Punch-Out can use it? Huh. Good job one-shotting. Yeah, that was a tricky section. Muncher Athletics. I got a feeling I know what this is going to be. Picture person got it. Looking at what games. Use the balance board Punch-Out. Huh. I did notice at a local game store. Oh, this is not what I thought it would be. They had the Rollin' Rocker. And I was briefly tempted to buy it, and then didn't. All right. Point check, last level. I'm actually kind of surprised that there are games that support it. Ow. Like, I would have assumed it would be a peripheral that only worked with Wii Fitness. But... yeah, I misread that. Nice. Step and Roll was designed for the... wow. Yeah, I'm the same page. I thought it was just Wii Fit. It is nice that you can get more your money's worth. Oh god, I was not prepared for this. Get more value out of it. All right, little bit of insurance policy. I want to make sure I don't despawn the object. Alright, well, I got all the Dragon Coins. I can die happy. The vast majority of games that use it are fitness-related. Found 3 that aren't exclusive directly fitness-related, that being Step and Roll, Punch-Out, and Keni no Yuru, a Japanese exclusive horror game. Horror game. That's actually kind of fascinating. How does that integrate? Like, I kind of want to know now. Like, it's a balance board. Does it, like, make sure you're balanced, and if you are unbalanced, you get more scared in the game? Like, there's so many, rephrase this, so few possibilities. That was not the way to do that, by the way. Short level. Balance board is such an innovative idea. Like, can't fathom how they thought of making one. I mean, honestly, the way it probably worked out was Miyamoto was busy, like, going to aerobics class or something and was like, you know what? I could make this into a game. Because that's frequently what happens with him. He's like, oh yes, gardening's fun. Therefore, Pikmin. Got an English patch and everything, so you're gonna do a week of Wii Balance Board streams, starting with Step and Roll into Punch-Out and ending with the horror. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. This is a very blue level. Listen up. Here's the story about a little guy who lived. Actually, a very appropriate sprite for this. Rosalina definitely would live in a blue house. Yeah, actually, that works out really well. Came out of the blue. Laugh! Just need to set up the applause light. I don't know if you've ever seen it, there's the gif of a guy in front of an applause thing, clapping his hands, and I think that's from Last Action Hero, which is a fantastically bizarre Arnold Schwarzenegger film, making fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger films. Highly recommended. Best part of the balance board, just like the Wii Remote, it uses Bluetooth, so it's hooked up to Dolphin completely with no issue. Try and buy these games. Yeah, no. Don't have functionality. Wii and no money, yeah. Well, at this point, even if you didn't have a Wii, you'd probably just jailbreak it, which, you know, is fairly easy to do as long as you take the time and do it. Totally worth doing. As a guy who has a jailbroken Wii U. Which allegedly will play GameCube games, but I'm still dubious about that part. It does not seem to like working. But I only ever tried it for, like, the Paper Mario game. Maybe it just doesn't like Paper Mario. I think worst comes to worst if I wanted to play, like, the OG 1000 Year Door. I think Squiggles might have a copy. And a GameCube. And a memory card. Is it gonna crush me? It's gonna crush me. What's up, Groovy Gadget? How you doing? This is not the hardest Reznor I've ever fought. Come on, land on the platform! Yes! But yeah, not planning on doing that anytime soon. Maybe I'll just wait for the remake. Doing good was playing 1000 Year Door, taking a break. Topical. We're talking about jailbreaking Wii U's and things. Good job on finishing Castle number 2. Did the fortress have a good amount of blue? Or was it Fortress 2 blue? Oh my. React quickly. No, it's not going to go well. I did check the midway last level, and we're back to Dragon Coins. Oh, there we go. I think I can relax here for a minute. Shellax. 1000 Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2 pre-ordered. Last year money spent. Major save mode. Got a trip coming in August to go down to Illinois for a big friend get-together. Oh, nice. Be your first time traveling like that by yourself. Are you nervous? Excited to do something for once? Oh, that should be fun. I was just in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and I can say that the convention center is perfectly adequate. I didn't see much more than that. I did play tourist in Chicago once when I took the Amtrak over there. For like the hour or so I had to mess around before I needed to catch the next train. It was like 3 hours. It wasn't a small amount of time, but I had to get back early enough to make sure I didn't miss my train, because Amtrak waits for nobody. You miss your train, there's not much they can do for you. So I saw the big old bean and got a deep dish pizza. Convenient chuck bonking boxes. What are words? Oh, that was bad. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was bullshit luck right there. I'm perfectly happy with that, though. Meant to let go. And to keep that, watch, what's going to happen here is I'm going to die on the screen the Dragon Coin is on. You just feel it. Buy the remake. Don't know when, though. Want to buy the things first? Yeah. Contract Waiting for Nobody is both good and bad. Haven't missed one yet, but definitely be upset when the day comes. It's a good thing it's not like airplanes. It seem to wait forever. That's true. Was the pizza good? It was pretty good, actually. Less the train operator, that's fair. Yeah, Rip Dragon Coins, indeed. I got some bullshit luck earlier in the level. These things happen. Yeah, I would have been very unhappy both times if I'd missed it, because I was going to a wedding the first time on the way out. On the way back, I would have had to be in Chicago an extra day, which would have been a drag, and I already, like, because I had booked a sleeper car, because, honestly, if you're going from Chicago to Seattle, you probably want to be in the sleeper car. Smaller trips, perfectly fine to do whatever, you know, stand and coach, but man. Amtrak's just not very good, honestly. It's just kind of sad. It's expensive, it's slow, and everything about it is very 1970s. Possibly 80s. Also, the food was really bad. One of the reasons I got pizza, both coming and going, was I wanted to not have to eat the Amtrak food. I was still baffled by the fact that they were like, they had steak, and then accompanied with it, I want to say it was potatoes of some sort, and then carrot spheres. You know what you can't do with a carrot sphere? You can't eat it with a fork. Like, I was legitimately and utterly baffled. Yeah, I died on the screen with the Dragon Coin. Come back for Dragon Coins. Chicago to Seattle? Yep. It was long ways both ways. Yeah, if your trips are short, it's fine. Like, when I'm on the East Coast, I'll often take the Acela if I need to go up from D.C. to New York or Boston or Philly. Or from Boston to one of those... I see the gimmick. To one of those places. Like, I came back from the Mystery Hunt via Amtrak when I went to D.C. to go visit some family afterwards. And, like, that's a perfectly reasonable amount of time to be on the train. But other than that kind of trip, it's not great. It's also hella expensive. Like, doing a sleeper thing was... What was it? It was like almost 2K? It's like 1.6? It was not cheap. Like, what you'd hope at least is Amtrak could make it up by being like, well, we're slow, but at least, you know, we get value for your money, and it's... Or it's cheaper. No, it isn't. It's more expensive, and it's worse frequently, and it's slower. It's utterly baffling. And it's one of those I want to like it, but man, I cannot recommend it to anybody. Alright, that's a cute obstacle. Check the door first. Then we'll just win the level. Okay, you can assume what a carrot sphere is. It's a carrot cut into a sphere. It was baffling. It wasn't even like fancy cuisine. It wasn't even fun cuisine. I guess I could throw them at people. I could play marbles with them. They were about marble size, like hefty marble size, but still. Orb sounds like spherical corn than carrot. That's true. A carrot sphere? I thought you said spear. No, I said sphere. Spear cut a carrot? I mean, people do that. Like, carrot spears and celery spears are kind of things, I guess. No, what else would you call them? Like what you get with, like, your standard, bog standard chicken wings, right? You get your, like, strips of celery and carrot. Those are usually, like, spears, I'd call them, sure. But corn on the orb. Corn on the orb. Marbles. Oh, what's up, Dave Lincoln? Yeah, I don't know. It was just baffling, and the food wasn't good. It just wasn't. Like, the thing is, you can do some decent food on a train. Like, if they just, like, made sandwiches, I think I would have been happier. Like, soup and sandwich, perfectly fine for a train. I mean, it's all Cisco crap. Anyway. Why couldn't I win this way? Okay, that's a valid way to end the level, I guess. Hooray! I successfully beat it and conjoined the two paths. Which is good. I did not want to have to walk all the way back again. Yeah, I was so used to thinking about, like, it being a trap that I had to stop and look at that again. And the only reason I was going back was because of the green Koopa. I thought that maybe there was some sort of secret with the green Koopa. There might still be. But then I looked at the orb again. That's a weird orb. Always pack a sandwich yourself. Saves money and taste buds. Yeah. It's the way we did it as kids. When me and family would go places, we would just pack up sandwiches or sandwich fixins into the old Coleman cooler and make sandwiches. So, once bought a water bottle and had to pay tip? Seriously? I mean, I figure for like transactions where you're literally buying something that's prepackaged, you should not have to tip. Even on a train. I bought like a Twix on the train. I didn't even think, oh, I should tip the man for letting me buy a Twix from him. That's just weird to me. Huh. Clouds. Been on a train once up through the mountains. It was cool. I mean, the nice thing about Amtrak and the like is that they're allowed to, like, several of the trains do go through, like, national parks. And it's a really good way to see those national parks, provided you travel at a time where you can actually see them. So that was my problem, was that I was doing this in, it must have been, like, March. Yeah, March. And so with the lack of daylight, became really hard to see the things. Boo! That was fun while it lasted. I do recognize this track, though. Yeah, great views when they're available. If I just managed to get it to hit the boo at that time, it would have been set up nicely. The ceiling got me. This happens frequently. One thing I can say nice that is keeping like the difficulty for this overall pretty reasonable is none of the sections are all that long. There we go. Always helps with that. How do you get that moon? I actually am kind of confused as to how one would get that. This is a cute boost. Simple in concept. Wait, that's it. Good old Bastion and Blue lessons. All sprites disappear when the boo goes off the screen. That's why you can go back in the pipe. You can either say, yeah, get my levels short on purpose, or I ran out of ideas. Both valid. Urchin, where could this go? Oh, it must go over here to this area. That looks suspiciously like a Super Nintendo controller. Thanks to the GG. How many exits am I up to now? North of 20? 23? Yeah, this is not bad. This is going pretty well, actually. Look at the little warning signs. Yeah, I should not do that. Would have worked if I was small. Would have worked if I was small. Oh yeah, I guess that's... trying to think of what I'm going to do with the rest of the week. It's... we have more time on my hands. Unfortunately, I was hoping that we'd have D&D this week because I wanted to try and arrange our ICFP pre-mortem, which is a term that Snyder absolutely hates. And I think it's hilarious. But it's always easier when you have more people in a room. But we're not doing D&D because our DM's brother-in-law is getting married. Which, again, good for him. I met his fiance last time. I don't really remember much about her. I actually had to ask him what was this guy's name again, because I've actually legitimately forgotten. And he has a nickname that he didn't care for at all. And I'm like, well, you know, probably shouldn't call him by the nickname he really doesn't like. A younger me definitely would have. But yeah. Okay, this is fine. Shoot. I got him. There was no midway. I take it back. All you know about D&D is a friend of yours added the immovable rod. I think immovable rods are a pretty common object in D&D. I see what you did here. Block I can... Oh, it's a block I need to hit. Yep. Well, need to test the midway anyway. Don't I think thought it was the name of a sword? No. It's a stick that's immovable. That's exactly it. So basically, you put it, and it stays in its position in your frame of reference. That last bit's kind of important. Crap, I already screwed it up. Because if you had a truly immovable rod, it would stay in position with respect to the universe's frame of reference, which basically means you would use them to, like, level castles. Or possibly drill large holes through the middle of the earth. There is no time to waste there. Remember reading about a D&D group, and one of the characters sold defective items. Immediately consider relativity when talking about immovable rods. Well, that's not so much relativity, right? Like, relativity has to do with... Yeah, it's not so much relativity so much as deciding what frame you care about. In D&D, you generally don't have to think about this. When you're talking about physics, especially in a larger scale, you absolutely need to decide what your frames are and how they... I'm an idiot. How they affect things. Like, for instance, we are constantly moving. We're always moving, because even if you're not moving yourself, the planet is revolving around the sun, and our entire solar system is moving out in space as we're talking right now. And so there's always a certain amount of motion. There's no actual stopping. So if you had an immovable rod, you would turn it on once, and then it would fly away rapidly away from you, or possibly through you, and then at some point, and then you never see it again, because where would you see it again? The universe has moved away from you. Even if you just take it at a planetary level instead of an orbit level, the planet itself is rotating, which provides a similar issue. Oh, you! Almost. Almost. Very interesting thought, having an item being carryable until it's affixed to the universe, at which point it's just going to stay there. Exactly. Used a friend to fuck up an entire train and make... Yeah, that's exactly what you use the immovable rod for. A baseball field. Oh, it's a baseball field! Not an SNES controller. That makes a lot more sense, actually. The baseball field is on drugs. It's even spewing out shrooms. Is this the field of dreams? If your dreams involve mushrooms? What? There aren't bottomless pits in baseball fields? The color of sand isn't green? My life is a lie. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's any green sand in baseball. I'm just kind of imagining, like, what kind of awareness week that have to have green sand. Because, like, you know, they always like doing that kind of nonsense. Be aware of this, like the breast cancer things. Wear pink shoes for breast cancer. I could easily see MLB being like, yeah, let's dye the field green for Irish awareness or something. I still love that, the throw-in chuck. The falling throwing chuck trick. It's such a weird thing. Alright. The underfield. Issue with immovables, you need a frame of reference. Exactly. What is it unmoving relative to? Not Kaizo, but a little mean-spirited. I think that was fine. Nothing mean-spirited about it. I mean, I've certainly seen the baseball trick in other contexts. Like, there's a couple of jump levels, maybe a jump half level, I forget, that uses it. They all... Was that a 4? That might have been a 4. I always complain that it's always a 6. Because everybody only ever uses 6 throwers. Actually, moderation purposes, I should back up a second. Okay, this is a little bit of a problem I've gotten myself into, but we can solve this. Okay, I just need to not have a bunch of chucks coming at me while I'm doing this. Okay, I don't think I can actually get myself up on top of the screen there. Always worth trying, though, when given the opportunity. St. Patty's Day where Dire River's green. That's... Oh, not this one. That's true. I always found that kind of gross, though. Even just dyeing things green. Miss Pac was the first celebrity spokesman for breast cancer. Go figure. It was in the manual for Bays of Madness PS1. Huh. I think I've played that one. But on... Was it also on... Was it also on 64? Because I played a weird Miss Pac-Man game on 64 for a few minutes. One of those... I have a flash card. This looks like it could be interesting, sort of moments. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. I do think it's kind of funny you could accurately call Miss Pac-Man the first ROM hack. Oh, I hate this. Okay, I'm fine with it. Because originally what it was a hack of Pac-Man called Crazy Auto that some people were selling that you'd use on the cart on your to convert various cabinets, and then Namco got a hold of them legally and realized, well, it's still kind of good. Why not? And so they made Miss Pac-Man. Dreamcast, PS1. Oh, GBA, huh? Go figure. It's a wide swath of things. More forks. Boo, sir. Alright, well, I guess I'll go left first. Still have trouble beating the second half consistently. It worked out okay. I rather expected something else to happen there. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Oh, can I have a volunteer? There's no more time for crying over spilled milk. It's time for crying in your beer. Dang it. Yeah, it's like a weird sped up version of Guile's theme. No, Mario's feeling pretty dumb today. Jamie made this sprite by glomming together a bunch of sprites available on SMW Central. And it has problems. It's just what dumb shit does. Was actually asked by a marathon once to remove this one from rotation. I'm like, look, let me just remove it in its entirety. It'll work out better. But Kirby was created with pure malice and hate. Yep. Has been online? No, it just changed a few minutes ago. I was Rosalina up until a few minutes ago. I was briefly Tails and I was Mario, Tails for like a minute, and then Rosalina for the better part of the evening. And just became dumb shit like 5 minutes ago. Blame Abe Lincoln. This is a fast scroll. Nope. This is a tall level. That's a Paul Pilot on Abe. A box man is fine too. I do like that I got permission for this one. Because it's a weird looking sprite, isn't it? I know it's not what he's intended to be, but he still reminds me of like an anthropomorphic tooth. Which I guess the only times I've ever seen them with like this weird crest video game, I guess anthropomorphic teeth, this weird crest video game, and the classic film cow thing. Professor Toothy? Is that the name of it? Like an awful lot of film cow things, it goes off the rails pretty quickly. Toothman. I should see if I can find the toothpaste-based video game. That'd be a good advergaming game. Compare him to Tofu? Oh, why'd I die? I could have gone. I did see a tofu-based platformer I vaguely was considering playing at some point. Well, like, the problem is because you're tofu, you can't, like, you can't jump from very high. So fall damage is a really big problem. Like, just a weird Japanese indie game. I try to keep abreast of those to find interesting things. Which is why, like, pretty much everyone I follow on Twitter is, like, some sort of artist, some sort of game dev, with the occasional SMW person mixed in. Because mostly I just want to see weird stuff and pretty pictures. Alright, cool. Remember, always check the pipe. Always do the pipe first before sandbagging. Saves me trouble. I need to look. There were a couple of other, like, weird indie games I wanted to play. I'll probably find more when I go to PAX. What's funny, I did the... trying to decide if I'm okay with that. We're mildly anti-floating munchers, but I think floating launchers is probably acceptable. I think I like the intro you put together for the funny hack. Also its name. I can see it. I'm curious. I haven't opened the message yet to remind me to do it. So I haven't seen anything yet. I got lucky there. What was that video I watched this week? The one on, Super Mario Brothers speedrunning, but just about H2 specifically. That's not how you do that part. And now it's an auto-scroll. Alright. Check coins in this level. Patch name is not representative of actual hack name. Got it. Hacks. Like, when I went to PAX last year, I went and, like, did a Twitch thing afterwards, showing, like, the things, all of the games I looked at, and at least, like, playing some of the demos, and talking about things. What's funny is that, you know, I don't have, like, a big YouTube audience, or a big enough one for it to have done very well, but I can tell which devs were vanity searching themselves by which parts of the video are highly watched. And I know I'm pretty sure for a fact the Cricket J's Peculiar Game. Whatever permutation of it that is. Devs have definitely seen that portion of the video. Well, it was fun to put together, so I'm still happy with it. Or more accurately, the stream was fun to put together. The video was a VOD afterthought. And those tend to be fairly easy to put together. That's what you wanted me to do. Smart. Let's see if that was a bad idea. I get the feeling that was a really, really bad idea. Oh. Well, shoot. Well, shoot. Have a new present screen thrown in to get for that. Pretty happy with the silly difficulty hack so far as all I've done. Oh, nice. What's up, Heat Dude? How you doing? It's been a bit. It's been a bit. Do mods have to read every message box? I mean, I try to. There's exactly one hack where I know I didn't read every message box, and that was this hack needs a name. And the reason I didn't is because you could spawn you could spawn message boxes into the level and get interesting secret messages, and I didn't want to have to keep going back to the storehouse to get more message boxes. Otherwise, yeah, I try. Basically, my goal with moderation is to see everything in the hack, if possible. There are some hacks where that's not possible due to weird generation and things, but for the most part, it's possible to plausible. And either way, I want to read the message box because I suspect it's actually important to what I need to do in the level. Point of advice, the auto-scroll will stop soon, so don't be hasty. Okay. Don't be hasty. This may be Komei's trap. Alright, so what I need to do is get the disco shell to fall off in the right direction. I can walk in the right side soon. I think this is the play. Bye, moles. Makes sense? Yep. What's up, Fries? How you doing? That's incredible. Yeah, it worked out. Alright, the Wishing Well. It'd be hard to keep track of all of the locations since I'm like partway through World 4 when World 3 is still around. So we'll do misguided coins. So good news and bad news for Eyes. One, I still have a copy of Baldur's Gate 2 coming. Ow. Misguided coins. Got it. Still gonna take some time. Despite the message, most people are hasty there and mess it up. But once I saw Don't Be Hasty, I realized it was time to think. Not because Don't Be Hasty means stop and think, but because of the mimetic jump. Phrasing. I don't even know where that specific message is from. Like, I know it's a meme. I don't know where it originates from. Football. Oh. But yeah, it turns out that the copy I had ordered like 2 weeks ago never shipped because they didn't actually have it. Good news is that there is another copy coming along, and it's already shipped today, and will probably be here Monday. The bad news is it's coming from Detroit. So only so much I can do about that. But USPS is optimistic. It is actually hard to do the opposite. So it's not opposite day. Cute. Really cute. Alright, well, no dragon coins. Immediate sand baggage. Yes, I'm buying it for the manual, to be honest. I'd normally just play the game. I've already gotten the ISOs off archive.org, but that manual is like 300 effing pages. You could literally learn to play D&D from the manual. I think it has almost everything you need, except some of the crunch, and you could imply some of it from the manual. So it's not opposite day. And I was watching the Whitest Kids You Know courtroom sketch sometime before the stream. It's a silly bit where Lawyer Steen is trying to confound the jury by saying it's opposite day. They have a lot of trouble ending sketches typically, but that one ends really well. I need to remember not to follow the coins. It's opposite day. Let me set this up again, because I still haven't found how the Life Farm works. It did occur to me that there was an ordering, and I think that was the one that Matt proposed earlier. It makes sense because of the Switch Palaces. So I could go yellow, green, red, blue. And that is a canonical ordering. As opposed to what I was trying to figure out with the fish and everything in that. I can't believe I keep dying there. Look, there were coins in the walls in the level. Oh, I just completely didn't see them. Alright, I'll have to go back and see that then, because man, I missed that entirely. One of those, I think when it comes to levels like that, I'm paying more attention to not dying. Dang, I really wanted that shell. Still really wanted that shell. Can't believe that. Oh, nope. Did I seriously trap myself in here? Welp. Three yellows, 2 blues, 1 green, 4 reds. Huh? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I totally was not paying attention. This isn't entirely outside of the realm of normal possibility. You know, I should have tried the wall jump just to see if that last bit had a coin in it. How's the Final Fantasy treating you, Jamie? I saw my sister play a little bit of the most recent one. Final Fantasy VII installment, and she was just confused. And she actually managed to softlock herself at one point, which was pretty funny. You had to do this team-up move, and the game was forcing you to do it, but she couldn't because Cloud was incapacitated. And she wasn't allowed to use other items because it was a tutorial thing. So while she had a Phoenix down, she wasn't allowed to use it. It was pretty funny. You stay away from me, football. Right. I just had to know. Been loving it. Nice. Cool to see the difference compared to Super Responsible World. Wait, what? Final Fantasy VII or this? What? What does Super Responsible World have to do with this? Also, I'm suddenly reminded of an Onion article. Funyuns continue to outsell responsibilities. And they're so confused about this. Back when the Onion was still funny occasionally. Their video stuff was really good, like the... Oh, not again! Thought it was the same creator. Oh, that makes sense then. I was unaware that you'd also done Responsible World. The only thing I knew that you'd done FFT was Hack in 2 hours, because I had played that one once. Bonk. Nope. This is fine. Okay, focus. Football if you want to. You can leave your football behind. Alright, fine. We'll just do the thing instead. This is kind of what I expected. Frobenius coin. Frobenius. Mario has been pickpocketed, so he has 0 coins. He must collect at least 30 coins. Thankfully, this cave has at least 40 coins. Interesting. This is probably one of those setups where you have to have enough coins to spawn the Yoshi. Or to let Yoshi eat the 1-up thing. If I had to make a guess. Assuming low techness. Oh, that's a bad start. Can't make that jump. Then I've referred to the Chicken McNugget. Also as Frobenius coin theorem. I do not believe I have. I was trying to remember if the word Frob was used in Zork. I felt that like there was the Frob something corporation was a common kind of jokey thing with them. Like if you look at your lantern in the first game, it tells you it's made by the specific corporation, and it's the Frob something. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Oh, the song, yeah. Well... That's probably not what you're supposed to do. But it worked. Oh, LNR disabled, so if I wanted to... That actually might have been what I was supposed to do. Ooh, Moon. Which I could only get if I use the P-switch. Now I have a silver P-switch. And a... Well, reset door, B reset door. I have to try it. Right, I need to get hurt first, and that will be a challenge now. Because I destroyed all of the things that could have hurt me. This wasn't one of my smarter moves in terms of, I need to check this thing. Oh boy. I usually check all the doors too, and there's only been one key exception. That was also, this hack needs a name. Yep, I was correct. Alright. And of course, the reason... Couldn't I cheese this? Okay, so hear me out. Everybody wants a pony, it's true. Until you actually find out how difficult it is to keep a pony around. Alright, really quick. Grab a mushroom. Or set myself up for this. We'll get 2 mushrooms. And then die. There's a mushroom hiding in the grass at the start. Oh, that would have saved me some time. Boy, I needed that mushroom right at the start. This is still set-upable. I just need to not be dumb. Wait for the fish. Because I think this is exploitable. Then die. I'm trying to enter the door of the reserve mushroom. I'm curious to see if this is something you've prevented, but I didn't think based upon the setup that you had. And if there's a way to prevent it, and if you've come up with another clever way of preventing it, I still want to see it, because I think it'd be funny. Oh. Well, that's going to make this level hard. Excellent timing. What's up, first name bud? How you doing? No, it's Tenno Boxman. I'm not exactly sure what he is, but he's a good guy. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? How was the stream? Let me do this. Also, I'd just like to point out that the message box has now removed the layer 3 water, and so what's going to happen is I'm going to fall down a bit and become Tails, and then I'm going to fall down a bit more, and there's floor here. Maybe I can still pull off what I wanted to do here without floor, without water. This level's supposed to have water, so... no. Okay, I can't do what I want to do. Sup, Pandagus. Sup, Fennel. Also, thank you for the follow. Try to keep those anonymous, usually. Very fun. Made progress on Jigoku 2. Nice. Well-timed fish mid-air jump? Possibly. But either way, resetting this is not a bad thing. So I guess as an explanation of what's happening here is I am moderating... I am dying repeatedly in dumb ways. I am moderating a hack. In fact, a hack made by FT029 to give the full name. And this level is supposed to be a gimmick level where you need to collect enough coins to proceed. And the way this usually forces you to do this is there's a specific type of block, the star block in SMW, that if you collected enough coins within the level, this is an important detail, it is within the level, then when you hit it, instead of spawning a coin, it spawns a mushroom, or a 1-up mushroom. And the way this usually ends up working out is you end up feeding that 1-up mushroom to a Yoshi that's already been primed, to have eaten an awful lot of stuff, to grow, and then let you finish the level. What instead I'm trying to do is to cheese this by taking this mushroom in my box and giving it to the Yoshi instead. Just to see if it's possible. Because moderation is often about finding out what could be broken in a game. There's usually a lot more cheese in, say, Kaizo stuff. I do see the problem now. Darn it, there is a mushroom there. It could be avoided. I'm not convinced it could be. And I just forgot that there was a mushroom there. Alright, well, definitely not going to cheese that. But now I have 2 mushrooms. And I need to think about where I'm going to get all my coins. A little bit of slowdown there, but those things always provide extra slowdown. I don't know why of all critters here. And yes, that was important to me. Okay, so 4 there. This is the first level with ASM. To set the coin counter 0 as a quality. I appreciate that so much. I've played OLDC levels that want to use this gimmick, and it's kind of awful to try and keep track of in your head what your initial coin counter was. can still get it. This is fine. I can still get it. This is fine. So I had ideas. That's 3 coins. I can get a few more using this. I think that's the right spot to use that unless I really wanted the moon, which I kind of want, but don't want bad enough. Did want that, but whatever. Well, that didn't help. Because also to that point, this hack has been solely vanilla so far, and has had some interesting things happen because of that. Not what I wanted to do there. Still say the weirdest thing so far has been the vine spawning / boo ceiling thing. That was very odd. Very cool, but very odd. Oh yeah, I guess since I brought this with me, I could just do this. That's a much easier strat to pull off. Oh. Welp, those are 3 I'm not getting. But I don't need those. Because I just need 5. And there's 5 here. That's 30. Well, I guess there's these 2. That's plenty. I just need to get hurt now. Which is the problem I had last time. Eep. Okay, there we go. Hopefully the rest of the level's fairly short, so now we get to see how this works. So all of the coins fall into Yoshi's mouth, you give him the extra mushroom, he becomes Big in Yoshi. There's more level. Not very much more level. Okay. It's just a bunch of coins. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice to have more coins. Alright, that was fun. I'm out. Thanks for the GGs. I was gonna look up what the corporation in Zork was. Zork Corporation. No, that's not what I wanted. Brought something? No, that's the name of the interpreter. That doesn't help me. And Turn Corporation. I'm never gonna find the answer to this. Lives? Not enough. It's gonna bug me until I actually look this up. Or like find a VM I can... Or find an interpreter to let me look into this. What was I doing? Hey, cool, I'm above the level. Yeah, Equinox music. Hard to notice when you actually have it. Pretty dang good. Tim Follin at some point was just like, I'm just gonna make cool music. Does not really matter if it fits the game or not. I'm just gonna go for it. Something, 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 Pictionary. No! Right, those things remain dangerous all the time. Dangerous dolphins. Oh, it's absolutely quiet. Yeah, Pictionary's good. I played on stream a few times. It's a game that punches above its weight for what it is. Since, you know, it's supposed to just be, well, Pictionary. But it's surprisingly fun. I can get above level on both sides, but it doesn't actually matter. Nothing up there and no way to get out into the greater part of the world. About to say something about Pictionary. Yeah, it's fun. But the title track is an absolute banger. And one people have definitely heard in other hacks. Next time I die, I'm going to find me the name of that thing in Zork, because it's going to bug me. I also have suspicions that I've missed a coin already. Alright. Come on. I can't see what's going on up there, and I keep dying to things. This has not improved the situation. You know, I need to test the midway anyway. Let's do that. Okay. Archive.org. Playable? Yep. That's the beautiful thing about, like, old school DOS games these days. If you want to play it, it might not be the best environment to play it, but you want to play it and not have to think too hard about getting your environment to set up, just go to archive.org. They've got a good DOS box in the browser thing going. Ah. No thank you, Boo Laser. Wait, I mean, do I still trust coins? Marginally. All right, I've already messed up and gone to the forest. That's not going to work. I think it's the Frotz Corporation. One of those, like, you think there'd be like a fandom wiki for Zork stuff, but I have a feeling that the types of people who care about Zork are so old they don't care about wikis. I was reading about somebody's attempt to play Beyond Zork, which is a weird combination of text adventure game and RPG. I can't say it's a successful mixing of genres. Especially because, you know, with text adventure games, it's very possible to completely hose yourself before you've even really left the first room of the game. And Beyond Zork, it's doubly so, because if you choose stats badly, you cannot complete the game. You can hose yourself before the game starts, which I think is something of a record in that kind of thing. Because, like, you have to... I only found... there was one in the first section. Yeah, I didn't find all the dragon coins. Oh well. Marker down. I'll come back to it later. Dragon coin check on this level. In aisle 3. Never trust unknown EXE files. It's true. It could be a love letter for you, or it could be a VBS. Alright, I think here's the plan. We're going to go to the House of Elevators, and then we're going to backtrack. That's the plan. Is this what I think it is? Yup. It's another cute layer 2 trick. I wasn't prepared for the bubble. Wasn't prepared for that bubble. Or it could be code from Pascal. That's true. This track does not fit the level. I'm grooving. Oh, this is cute. That is a really cute setup. Unknown publisher run anyway. Oh, I run that problem so often. Wait, what? What? I must be missing something. There has to be a trick here. Those look like they're throw blocks, but they don't want to throw. Oh, I'm supposed to do something with this 1-up. There's a puzzle here I was ignoring. Oh, I think I understand. So what I think happened was it was a big stack of 1-ups right there. And because there were so many 1-ups, I couldn't spawn another sprite. It just wouldn't let me. And so every time I tried to grab it, it didn't work. So until I managed to despawn them, it wouldn't allow me to continue. That was confounding, but completely reasonable in retrospect. That's exactly what happened. Yes! I know a thing or two. Always nice to have it confirmed, though. Also, I really should have noticed the, the giant stack of mushrooms there. Probably should have stepped off a moment earlier. Oh my. This is doing some clever stuff with sprite spawning. Right? Because how else could this work? 'Cause in all likelihood... Yeah, that's off the screen at that point. The only undangerous object... Oh, God. Work. Expert at puzzles. Look at him playing Baba Is You. Can't wait to travel against you, play more. No, I'll play more Baba Is You soon enough. Was contemplating maybe tomorrow or Friday. I don't have as many constraints in the near-term future as I had earlier. So. But I was making good progress. Like, I think Baba Is You has approximately, like, 200 puzzles and change. And I'm at 128. So, I'm making good progress. Huh. I feel like I want to go when it's low. Change character, Baba. If someone makes a Baba sprite for SMW, I will totally use it. Beep. There we go. I'm not sure what that would look like. This is a weird mixture of mechanics. But yeah, maybe Duke or Baba tomorrow. We'll see. Depends upon how things go. Like, I'm making really good headway on this. I was thinking this might be a 2-stream one, but honestly, I've got time. Iggy's Castle. Okay, we'll leave. Let's say Iggy's. There was a note on it. Do the Citadel last. Okay. On the other hand, I've gotten 30 exits, and I still wanted to test out Pharaoh's thing. So maybe I'll do that instead. We'll see. I want to go see what where the other path leads. Because, man, this is a world map that goes places. Yeah, I'm thinking one more level, I'll test your thing, and that'll probably be it. Because I need to keep my sleep schedule not completely degenerate. More layer 2 nonsense. But nice music, so it's okay. You can see the bubblefish. Shine the light on it. Final level is really long. Somehow I'm not surprised. Gauntlet levels tend to be a favorite of standard hack people's now. Have to do the entire hack in one sitting, yeah. Well, typically I try to do in one sitting if possible, but hacks can be long and pokey. That's how that sentence ends. Long and pokey. I love this sprite so much. Boozius made this, I think literally off the cuff. I mentioned it'd be cool, and then I played OLDC level by Ampersand, and by the end of the level, I think that's how it went. By the end of the level, Boozius is like, here, take it. I'm like, aw, dang it. Yeah, the feet thing, that's an issue that I've never resolved. So that's a weakness of the character system. I'm just going to point that out right now. So the vast majority of the graphics for any given character are stored in what's called graphics 32, which gets decompressed into a static spot in RAM, somewhere in the 7F region. And it's a big old chunk of RAM. The basic reason for is because there's just an awful lot of poses for Mario. The problem is that not all of the things fit into that space. Some things are in other graphics banks, packages, what do you even call these things? Other graphics numbers. And so some are in graphics 0, which is always loaded into VRAM at all times. Mario's feet is one of those things. When I initially wrote the system, I didn't really give much thought to dealing with the problem of it in VRAM, and I could solve this problem at the cost of having to like mess with some DMA registers, and I just decided I wouldn't bother with it a while ago, so I didn't. It doesn't help that the bits that are in there are not contiguous, so I'd have to go and change a bunch of random offsets and do a bunch of DMA, and I just decided it wasn't worth it. I think the feet are really funny. It's a strength, not a weakness. Well, most people, when they actually make custom sprites, just don't do anything with the feet. They usually leave those spots blank in graphics 0. Like a small motorboat rotor. Can't argue with that.